So, Chris, we've talked up to this point about green roofs and installation, the different types of green roofs, but I think it's probably a good time that you could dispel another myth about green roofs. That green roofs, I don't know, might need a bit of maintenance. So, do you want to just give us a bit of background on the maintenance involved with green roofs?
Sure, yeah, and I love the line. They're low maintenance and not no maintenance. That's key. And yeah, it's been knocking around for a long time, and people being informed that green roofs don't need any maintenance. They do their own thing. To an extent, they do, but they do need some maintenance. We need to stop any woody weeds forming. Like buddleia and stuff.
Yeah.
That is a risk to the waterproofing if left. And that can come in via bird droppings. That's not, or wind. So for that reason, we need to be checking and maintaining roofs. There's every gravel, every roof has a gravel fire break around the outside.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure that's vegetation free, because if it ever caught fire, which is very unusual, the gravel margin around the edge is to stop the flames getting to any of the upstands of the building. So really important that that's vegetation free, so that fire precaution is still working. And the growing medium, the substrate, is low in organic content to slow down the growing process, and so you don't have to be mowing it or trimming it every fortnight like your back garden. It's maintenance is probably twice a year on an extensive roof, so a sedum roof. Perhaps a little bit more with biodiverse roofs, but they do need maintenance. They're not no maintenance. So that's really key for everyone considering one, to know that, we've got to be able to get up there, and we've got to be able to get up there safely to maintain it.
But let's just make that comparison. So you're getting up on green roofs. What's your average? What is the average sort of maintenance contract? Once every month, few times a year? Because I guess a comparison between that and a terrestrial landscape, where you're probably making 19, 20 to 23 visits per annum.
Yes, well, let's take a sedum extensive roof first. We'd do a maintenance visit in the spring. We'd put a slow release fertilizer on to give it a boost for the growing season.
Yeah.
And then our next visit wouldn't be until the autumn, where we'd remove any weeds, any leaf droppings or stuff that's on there, clear the fire breaks, and then that would be it until the spring. With a biodiverse roof, we'd probably make one extra visit to cut the wildflowers down at the correct time, to make sure that they come back the next year and reseed. So yeah, I mean, we're talking 2 or 3 visits a year for the extensive and biodiverse roofs. If you've got an intensive roof, basically a roof garden, then you're going back to your sort of 19 scheduled visits a year potentially, depending on what you've got on there.
Yeah.